Whispers of the Forgotten Manor. The old manor loomed at the edge of the woods, its time-worn facade staring out at the world with hollow windows. As I gazed upon its crumbling walls, a shiver ran down my spine, and I could feel the weight of history pressing down on my shoulders. They say the house was abandoned decades ago after a tragic incident that left its residents scarred, both in flesh and in spirit. Curiosity had always been a strong suit of mine, and that day, as the sun dipped behind the trees, I decided to venture into the Forgotten Manor. Pushing open the creaking door, I stepped into a realm of faded grandeur. Dust motes danced in the air like ethereal spirits, and the silence was so profound that I could almost hear the whispers of the past. The rooms were a tapestry of memories frozen in time, their elegant furnishings draped in white sheets, as though waiting for their owners to return. Each step I took echoed through the empty halls, a reminder that I was an intruder in a realm not meant for the living. I found myself drawn to a grand mirror in the hallway. Its ornate frame seemed to hold secrets of years gone by. As I gazed into the glass, my reflections stared back at me, but something was off. A flicker of movement, a shadow that did not belong to me, shifted in the corner of the mirror's reflection. I turned around, heart racing, but the hallway was empty. Dismissing it as a trick of the light, I continued my exploration, my unease growing with every step. As twilight painted the manor in shades of blue, I entered what appeared to be a sitting room. The furniture was still arranged as if waiting for a gathering that would never happen. A fire crackled in the hearth, defying logic in its persistence. I felt a cold draft and turned to see the window had swung open, though I was certain it had been closed when I entered. A voice seemed to whisper on the wind, faint and distant. Goosebumps prickled my skin as I approached the window, peering into the darkening woods. In the reflection of the glass, I saw her, a woman in a tattered gown, her face obscured by shadow. She stood beneath the ancient oak tree, her gaze fixed on the manor. My heart pounded, and I stumbled back, tearing my eyes away from the window. My rational mind urged me to leave, to run far from this place, but an inexplicable force held me in its grip. I wandered deeper into the manor, my footsteps echoing with a hollow cadence. The air grew colder with every passing moment, and I could feel a presence, a weight pressing down upon me. A soft, sobbing sound echoed through the halls, and I followed it to a dimly lit room. A cradle stood in the corner, its wood aged and weathered. Beside it knelt the figure of a woman, her form translucent like smoke. Tears streamed down her face, and though I could not hear her words, her grief was palpable. As I watched, helpless and haunted, the room seemed to shift, transforming into a nursery of a bygone era. The woman's sobs grew louder, filling the room, and I realized her sorrow was etched into the very walls. She rocked the cradle gently, her touch a phantom caress, and I felt a surge of empathy that transcended time. In that moment, the world around me flickered, and I found myself standing in the nursery, surrounded by an aura of long-past sorrow. The woman turned to me, her features finally visible, eyes brimming with anguish locked onto mine, and though her lips did not move, I could hear her voice within my mind, "Help me!" I reached out, a futile gesture, my fingers passing through her form like mist. Her story unfolded in my mind, a tale of lost love, a tragic accident, and a longing that had bound her spirit to the manor. She was trapped, reliving her pain, her presence, an echo of a life cut short. A chilling wind swept through the room, extinguishing the candles in one breath. Darkness enveloped us, broken only by the faint, haunting glow of the woman's form. I felt a surge of determination, a conviction that had taken root in the depths of my being. With every ounce of willpower, I whispered into the void, promising to find a way to release her from the shackles of her grief. The wind ceased, the candles reigniting with an otherworldly light. The woman's form flickered, a ghostly smile playing upon her lips. The room began to shift once more, the past bleeding into the present. And then, as the first rays of dawn painted the sky, the room stood as it had before, a forgotten, dusty nursery. As the morning sun illuminated the manor, I stepped out into the open air, the weight of the previous night's events still lingering in my mind. The echoes of the woman's sorrow seemed distant now, as if they were carried away by the light of day. The old manor still stood, but it felt different, as though it had shed some of its darkness. I knew not whether my encounter had been a dream, a hallucination, or a true communion with a lingering spirit. But as I walked away from the manor, a sense of closure settled upon me, and I couldn't help but hope that the woman had found the peace she so desperately sought. And so the forgotten manor remained, a relic of the past, its walls harboring whispers of a time long gone. Whether those whispers were the remnants of memories or the musings of the ethereal, I had become a part of its tale, a living witness to the lingering spirits that haunted its halls.